Hello and welcome to the Dropkicks Podcast. It is time to celebrate, folks. We have won Game 2 of the Origin. Oh my lord, it's a great day to be a Queenslander. And I'm joined here by the fantastic Dylan Hind. Dylan, how you doing, mate?
Mate, ecstatic. I am ecstatic. Bring out the brooms. We're about to sweep these motherfuckers. It is over with, baby. It is over.
Oh man, what a great match. Just to kind of pick your brain a bit.
Yep.
Who would you say was your man of the match?
You know what? With all the chat about how everyone needs to go at Reece Walsh, he's so small, he's not ready for the arena. That's my man of the match. He had his hand in a couple of those tries on that right side. He took some big carries. He made a couple breaks. Even when it got tough at the end, when they were saying, Jahream Bulla had to go with him during the week, saying, he shied away, he was hiding behind players. Well, he was there, face to face, gave him a big headbutt, and then the slap in the chest and yelling out to the crowd. That was, that's my man of the match.
Yeah.
No
doubt. He's a small boy. Do you reckon he's got a bit of small dog syndrome? Maybe?
100%. He needs to. He needs to play rugby league. Like, you need to have that little dog in you.
Yeah.
He's got that little chihuahua about him, you know?
He does.
Always barking up at the big dogs.
Well, yeah, Addo Kyle came in swinging, and he just took it like a champ.
Honestly, took it right on the chin.
Well, the man of the match is he needs no introduction.
But
the captain of the team.
Yep.
Daly Cherry Evans, my hero, a Queensland hero.
Oh,
mate,
man, and what
a game for him.
Yeah.
Do you, obviously, I think you wanna talk about a little thing that happened.
Passage of play where Jahream Bulla, third man into the tackle, and then stands over him, and then Cherry's like, buddy, I don't know if you've been to this arena before. This is my fucking game. So Stephen Crichton, who is a quick man, makes that break up the side. You think no one can get him, and then you see the number 7 flying along the fucking from the other side of the field, makes the tackle. Oh my god, he looked like Terminator. He was like, not today, motherfucker. And then he makes that tackle. About 3 plays later, Paddy Carrigan puts him through a hole, and you'd understand if the old bird, he wanted to, have a couple breaths, take a couple sets. But no, he is steaming through, fucking making another huge break in the space of about 2 minutes.
Yeah, the amount of gas that he has in his body was insane. And just watching him, you see him slowly, obviously he wasn't very slow. He was fast.
He was
but
quick.
When you're watching in the game, it looks slow, but he's like creeping. He's just creeping slowly up behind him, and then just catches him, and it's just
those old bones can still move, baby.
I know. And well, the amazing fact about that part was I was like, okay, sweet, they got the tackle, but now their defense is in kind of shambles. This is where they could really score a try. But they were defending amazingly, Queensland. They were right on the line. Yeah. They were catching everything. And New South Wales just weren't there.
No answers. They didn't have a single answer for what Queensland was throwing up. It honestly, it felt like just a regular season game.
Yeah.
It was like the top of the ladder versus a bottom 4 team.
Yeah.
They never felt in the game, really.
I don't know. There were some dangerous points where I was like, okay, I can see what you're doing. I'm a bit nervous, but they were never, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Because there was these points in the game, right, where Queensland making no meters, stuck in their own 20-meter line, and New South Wales just could not capitalize on the fact that they had so many tackles in the opposition 20. They just couldn't put anything together.
Yeah.
Because the defense was just it's that mentality when you get to the Origin arena. It's like, I'm going to stand up and do my job because I know all the other players on the field are doing their job. And that's what the defensive line looked like. It was amazing.
That's what it's all about, mate.
Yeah,
you've just captured it perfectly. But obviously, we still have to carry on. Supercoach is obviously still a thing. Still hits everybody. Mate, you want to take us through some team list highlights of the week?
There's some little highlights, some little winners and losers of the team list.
Obviously, talking about Origin.
Yeah.
And talking about future players and team lists, I guess we can talk about Tommy Turbo with a pectoral injury early in the game.
Yeah, look,
hindsight's a great thing. It's actually good that we do it so late. We do these podcasts so late in the week.
Everyone else,
then we get this.
No one else.
We get this moment.
Yeah.
Where's everyone else?
Sorry,
they
don't
know. They've all been hyping up Tommy Turbo this week, saying that he's a potential win.
Yeah. Sorry, SC Playbook. Sorry, Guru.
Yeah, we're here to play.
We're here to rumble. So yeah, do you know what he did? He ruined my multi.
Oh,
I had him in my
wow.
multi, but to be honest, fair play to him because it was not going to get up. I think I was about 4 legs away from home, so lucky Tommy Turbo pulled it for me.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
So you got that return.
that bet return. So what we got, right? Cody Walker, he's back.
He's back, baby.
He's back.
What happened? What was his injury?
It was was it a quad or a calf? There was some little
Okay.
niggle. He went off, was it 2 weeks ago before the bye?
Was it soft tissue?
It's always soft tissue.
Yeah. Those are always a bit tricky, aren't they?
Yeah, because he hobbled off, and then people were like, oh, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? Is he going to play? And then it turns out he didn't. And then he had the bye, so now he's back.
Okay.
So they probably rested him just knowing they got the week off, you know.
Yeah.
The Rabbitohs are in a good spot. Branko Lee's out, which means...
Yeah, big moves for the old Dolphins.
The young Dolphins.
Meninga.
Val Meninga's back.
Val Meninga.
Oh, mate, if you had him and if you held him, I guess good on you. Would you buy him? I don't think so. But,
Yeah.
mate, I love to watch him play.
Like,
If
how long
he's-
is Branko Lee out?
Who knows?
Yeah,
he's
it's
back
tricky,
and forth
isn't
and
it?
back and forth. If he gets named in a starting spot next year, he's the first picked for the All Stars next year.
There's not many cheapies around at the moment, so like I wouldn't cut the buy if you don't have him. Like
Yeah,
I
he's-
wouldn't say it's bad.
He's 258k. That's cheap.
That's cheap.
That's
like if you're really in dire straits, like I could kind of see it, but it's like it's not, especially this week. I think it's not a necessity.
even this part of the season. You shouldn't be looking for cheepies unless it's
Yeah,
like
it should,
unless
you
it's
should
like a
you
guy.
should have made your money already. It should be all about point scorers at this point.
Unless it's a guy like Bulla, like who's gonna make massive cash.
Yeah,
Like-
we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a
I got a big talking point about that.
Gregory Marziu, he could make the bus this week.
Oh.
He's named in the team. So what's just left is just get your ticket, get your go-kart out. Don't forget the bus. That's all that's
damn.
left, Greg. Come on,
Yeah.
buddy. We back you.
No, he's a good player, and I'm excited. So who's he playing this week? The Knights. They're playing the Eagles, I believe.
Your
No.
belief is just as good as mine because I don't know.
You don't know?
I can pull it
Well,
up.
yeah, Gregory Marju, he's a definite good buy, I think.
He's a good buy. He's a good guy. Just make the bus, buddy.
Just make the bus.
Just make the bus. That's all we're asking. I honestly held off buying him, but they're versing the Panthers this week.
Ooh,
I
that
reckon
could
the
be
Knights,
tricky.
they're going to get a revenge game. Remember last time the Knights played the Panthers and they lose in Golden Point with Cleary kicking the field goal?
Yeah.
Cleary's not there to save you, buddy. So if I'm a Panthers fan, I'm worried about the Muddy 90s because they got this comeback.
Mate, my boy Ponga.
Oh, mate,
Love
yeah.
him. Love
He's
to
on,
have him in my
he's on
team
this
now.
revenge tour, isn't he?
Oh, man, huh?
He's on the revenge tour.
He is.
He hasn't
He
given a
is.
fuck
He's
who's in
ready
front
to.
of him.
He's ready to rock.
He's
and
killing.
roll.
So Cody Capewell, he's out.
He's out. Yep.
So in his spot, Brendan Piakura, 250k. Don't know if I'd go there, but he's a good bloke, Piakura. He's a good player. No, he's a good player. He's obviously just behind the back of a couple of better players, more senior players. So,
So that'll boost him up, I guess.
yeah. Sorry if you're listening to this, Brendan. I reckon you're a good player.
You're not the best, but like you're surrounded by some
Hey,
good
yeah.
people, so maybe it might rub off on you.
You know what? Being the second rower in a NRL team, not a bad place to sit. Because if we had a depth chart of where Luke and I sit away from professional rugby league, it would be millions and millions of blokes in front of us. So, Joey Manu, look, he's on a losers list because he is going back to the centres.
Yeah, he's back to the centres now. So the run
Yeah.
is over with him on 5'8". I'm just going off the top of my head. What you might know what's his average in 5'8". I think his average might be around about 70 rounds, like 70, 80.
It wasn't great this season, though.
Whereas when he's in the centres, I think it's more around 40, 60.
Yeah.
So that's the only problem. They are I believe they're versing the Raiders this week.
And your belief is correct. They are
which,
versing the Raiders.
which I was saying they do have a kind of leakier kind of defense out on the wings, the Raiders, but yeah, it's going to be a tough game. The Roosters need to prove themselves at this point. They've been a bit shaky, I think, and they kind of need a win. So
Well, we've been saying that for weeks that we're waiting for the point where they come back, but I just think it's over. I think
they're done.
2024
The chicken has been cooked.
Yeah, goose is fried. Just wait for 2024. You're done for this year, boys. Wrap it
Oh
up.
God, brutal, mate.
Well, to be honest, I've had hope and I've said some really nice things about them, and they have just made me look like a fuckwit. The fact that they have not provided any of what I've been talking about. that they were one of the premier attacks 2 years ago. They were on a back-to-back premiership against the Raiders and then the Storm, and now they look like fucking reserve grade team.
God, you sound really butthurt about this, mate.
No, well, I'm fired. I'm fired up because you make me look stupid. I'm gonna come right back at you. Next person on the losers list, Latrell Mitchell, not named because the old calf is still affected.
Yeah,
him.
calf sniggle.
Yeah,
that's frustrating. Like I wouldn't mind having Latrell Mitchell for the run home. Kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it's as soon as he gets to fitness, he's back in a.
He's back in your side.
Well, I never had him, so I can justify buying him.
Yeah, maybe it's it's just waiting and see, I guess.
Yeah. Elisa Katoa, not named. The eye is still bugging him.
Eye scratch. That is frustrating.
How does that shit heal, man?
Huh?
How does an eye heal? Like, wasn't that take forever to heal? It's such a gooey little.
It's like it's probably the same as like an ear healing or something.
An ear,
or like
an ear is straight skin,
or
brother.
a normal cut.
No, it is not the same as a normal cut. This thing is so gooey and fragile. To like regenerate part of your eye would take so much longer than just a cut on your hand.
I think it's not that hard. I think it's kind of like if you cut off a lizard's tail, it grows back.
If you cut off your eye, it is not coming back.
Oh. Yeah, but if some of it's still there, I think you're right.
Can I get a doctor in the chat, please? To
Anyway, we had him at the start of the season.
Yeah,
we sold him when he was out for a bit. I think he had a suspension or something. Or
I think I sold him before that. He had this dip in form. Sold him. So I haven't
he
really
was
thought
kind of
about him for a
dipping
long
a bit. Like he could be an interesting pod, I guess, but. I don't know.
There's so many better options.
I think especially this week, like there's definitely bigger buys you could be making.
Or just even from here to home, there's I think so many better options.
Yeah.
Unless the Storm,
especially in 2RF as well.
The Storm go on this run where like they're putting people through holes and they just scoring 40 plus, and you think Katoa might score, a handful of tries on the way home.
Yeah.
I could see that little cheeky zig when people zag, but yeah.
Not for me.
Not for me. Zach Hosking. Named on the interchange bench for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's
a hurt.
That is a bit brutal because I was kind of holding out on him and I was thinking to myself, you know what? Like he's a good guy. I thought he would get a lot of minutes, but
he probably is a good guy.
He's on the bench, and I guess like this was also this what we're reading off was done at the start of the week, so we didn't know Origin.
Yeah.
The only reason I was kind of holding him up until this point was the potential idea that he could.
That Liam Martin
he could back up, and Liam Martin could be tired or get rested or something.
Which I don't think happens. I think, obviously, I never expected him to start in as many games as he started. Yeah, because I thought he was a fringe guy. Basically, at the start of the season, he's a fringe guy. Sorensen has always been a very good, consistent player, but he's had a bit of a meteoric rise this year, with a lot of attacking upside to him in the NRL, talking NRL wise. And then Liam Martin's had this ghost groin injury or quad or whatever it was, this ghost injury. So now I think the Panthers are finally confident in the fact that Liam Martin's healthy. He's the starting second rower.
Yeah.
And
I definitely agree. Like this week, I think he is a definite sell. Like I wouldn't mind having him still around, like as that kind of pod. But you got also on that note, Panthers are out round 19.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, if Panthers are playing 19, I could see you holding.
Yeah,
they're not. See ya, buddy.
Bye.
See ya.
On to better things, mate. Oh, I can't wait to talk about my trades. So excited.
Well, that's all I got for the notes on team list.
That's all you got from team. Did you mention Connolly Lemu?
Yeah, well, he's on the bench. So he messaged me during the week and he said, "Can you please not mention it?"
It's a bit of a sore spot.
It's a bit of a sore spot for him. I reckon if you own him, that's a bit of a hit.
It is a bit because he's such a I don't know. He was doing really well.
He's up and down.
Huh?
He's up and down.
I don't know. He had that one string of games, I think, where he was kind of doing all right. And but he's just also like he's one of the only important players that has that that forward back row or dual position.
Forward.
Because he's got that CTW, that second row.
Yeah,
and that's pretty special, I think.
It is really handy.
Like I was thinking to myself, like, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind a player like that who's kind of in my forwards that can kind of switch around. But then I figured something else out. And so.
Yeah, because it does even if he's not scoring as well, that upside of the fact that you can switch him around.
Yeah.
Just gives
what's his like? See, I'm still that's like the same reason why I'm still kind of holding Isaiah Katoa and Josh Schuster.
Because
of those switches.
Yeah.
They're surprisingly quite important when you kind of need them.
You're telling me I got Braden Williami, who hasn't played since round 2.
He's
and
basically
I'm holding
enough
him.
at this point.
Yeah,
you just keep switching him around places.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm moving me.
I made a lot of great moves with the fact that I can switch him from centre to second row.
Brandon Williami, he's probably thinking in your team like, gosh, he's moving me around a lot, but he never plays me. I don't understand it.
No, I think the respect that I'm showing him for holding him, he might come back. He's probably looking at his own Supercoach team being like, one Paluga is still owning me. Who is that idiot out there who's still holding me? I haven't played for fucking months on months. So Connolly, break even 100.
Oh, hey, that's high. That
is high. What's he coming off his last couple of scores? 42, 38, 62. And that's with 80 minutes in 2 of those games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought his scores were a lot better than that.
I thought so too. I think what you're talking about is when he had the 120, 79, 50.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Honestly, if you look at these scores, he has not really scored above 60 more than 4 times. 4 times. That's not great.
Yeah, so probably a sell then at that point. Like
I probably would have sold him a month ago. Yeah, he's a sell.
Yeah.
He's a sell.
All right. How are we doing for time, Dill?
Right on time. Do you want to...
We've got heaps of time.
You want to kick over to your next segment?
Loving it. All right. Let me get my little notebook out.
Yeah, he's writing in his diary this week.
Yeah. All right. I think I'll start off with a couple of questions for you.
Yeah, say it, baby.
Questions without
what are you
constantly saying?
Questions without notice.
So looking towards our trades and the hot topics of this week, I think it's very important that we kind of talk about these Origin players that we think will back up after Origin.
Yep.
And the kind of players that we kind of want to target and try and get into our team. Is there like what kind of off the top of your heads, maybe,
off the dome,
what players is kind of on your radar at the moment that you're kind of thinking, yeah, I would really like to have him in my team either this week or next week.
This week or next week?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm looking to any Origin.
Really?
Players. Yeah.
Really?
I hear a lot of people saying they want to get Munsters in now, get Tinos in now, which I'll get Munsters and Tinos in 20. That's where I want to get them.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking at people like Turbo. Well, like obviously not anymore since he got the pectoral injury.
Yeah.
But I was looking at people like Turbo. Definitely looking at Money Munster.
Yeah.
He is a player that historically backs up from Origin. And I don't know, he's got the good average. He's like Storm were looking good. He's got that attacking upside.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of like a very important player to kind of have. And like I think obviously he doesn't play round 19, which is a bit of a...
No, he's playing Origin. That's what I mean.
Yeah, but then he will back up after Origin though.
Yeah, no, I reckon he will. That's why I'm looking at those guys in 20. I'm obviously...
But not this week though.
Nah, I got enough trades to, make some moves right now and then still make the moves to get those guys later.
Yeah,
I'm sitting on 17 trades.
Yeah.
And I'm not too afraid in my own team, the fact that I think I'm missing out on points if I don't have those guys through 17, 18.
Yeah,
Just because they missed 19, get them in 20, that's when I want to fly them home.
I guess maybe the only reason why I'm thinking like you need to jump the gun was, say, if Turbo was still in the game, he had like a, what do you call it? He's priced at 763K.
Yep.
His break even -43, so he could get out of range of price very quickly.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, but he does have the injury now, so it's kind of like that's kind of null and void at this point.
Yeah.
So for those reasons, like maybe you would think about bringing in some of these Origin players. Like I'm still holding. What players are you holding at the moment?
Through the Origin period?
Yeah.
I am holding. Who do I got? It's hard to say because I don't really... just Payne Haas at this point.
Really?
Payne.
Because I'm still holding Payne Haas as well. David Fafita.
Far out. That's my only Origin player I'm holding.
Yeah, wow. So yeah, you must have dropped a lot of... Well, I guess you dropped Nathan Cleary and all that.
Yeah, dropped Nathan Cleary.
Yeah.
I cut Grant pretty early. And then I was trying to do a lot of buy planning because felt like I was slipping in the rankings. So I was just fucking cutting cheese everywhere.
Yeah, fair. No, that's me this week. I'm doing a lot of cuts and a lot of zigs and zags.
Yeah. So on your man Money, I would just like to say, his game in round 14 after the last buy, stinker. absolute stinker. Do you remember it? It scored about 30 or 40 points.
Yeah, I do remember that.
40 points, right?
What was with that game?
They got pumped by the Cows. The Cows beat them by 40-something points.
Was there anything weird about that game? Like
the Cowboys beat them by 40.
I know,
points.
I know that, but like
that was the weird part.
I'm trying to think like why was he just not there? How many minutes did he play?
He played them all, but
okay,
you think about it, right? That Origin game, that was probably pretty intense. They went down to 12. They were out on their feet for a long time, defending and attacking pretty hard. So
yeah.
He's just tired. Honestly, I don't think he'd be as tired after this game.
No, definitely not. Like
I know that Origin is still Premier. It's still an intense game.
Like also, like wouldn't you also think about those? Like since we have one now, those Queensland players, you would think that they would kind of like maybe pull back a bit.
Nah,
right?
I don't. No. You don't pull back in Origin.
But it's game 3 and we already won it.
Yeah, but if you have the chance to humiliate them in a whitewash, you would not let them have a soft game and let them feel good, mate. Billy Slater is not going to come into camp and be like, boys, we won. Do you want to have a couple beers before the game? You know, a Tuesday night, do we want to go out for some bingo? They're not fucking relaxing. They're going to make sure that everyone in a Blues jersey feels bad about themselves.
I don't know. I'm still a bit biased. I still think that the game's a little bit rigged. So I think if we're going to win these two, Blues are going to win the next one.
Nah, it's bullshit. But having a look at it, right, it's all about, I'd say, matchups through 17. They're playing the Seagulls. Anything could happen. The way the Storm are playing right now, they could score 40 plus on the Seagulls. The Seagulls are a bit loose. And then they got the Panthers in 18, which I think is a tougher game. They still defend really well.
Yeah.
So, you know. Then they got the run home through 20. The Roosters, so leaky. Oh, the Roosters are just garbage. They're probably the worst team in the competition for me right now. The most disappointing team.
Yeah.
The Knights, mighty Knights. The Eels and the Panthers again.
See, that's a good run though.
That's all right.
Because the Knights are one of the biggest team to concede Supercoach points at the moment. The Dolphins are the top.
Dolphins are number 1.
Yeah.
Which they don't play the Dolphins between here and home. But they don't have a bye. See, from 20, they play through to the whole shebang.
Yeah.
So they don't have a bye late season. So Munster will probably be one of the best players to get.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah. Do I potentially jump on him early?
Yeah. I don't know.
We'll get more into that due to trades.
Okay.
Later on. How are we doing? How are we doing for time?
How are we doing for time?
This next segment
is big.
It's a big boy.
You know what? Let's just cut to a break.
You reckon? Cut to a little break? All right. We'll cut to a little break and then we'll get into the meaty segment of the week. Very excited to talk about this. I'm also very sad to talk about this because it's a bit bittersweet. But
oh mate,
but you got to do what you got to do in Supercoach, right?
Oh, geez.
Yeah. All right. Talk to you later. All right, and welcome back. So I promised you a meaty segment. Big discussion this week.
Yep.
Jahream Bulla.
Oh,
what an amazing player.
Cheapie of the year. Cheapie of the year. I'm putting full stop. Cheapie of the year.
Glad we jumped on. Can you tell me how much money he's made over the course of
I would love to tell you how much money. I think he's about 711k. Yep, 711k.
Holy
he has made
Moses.
511k this year.
Wow. That's a lot of money.
And that's within the span of not too many weeks, right?
Yeah.
He started playing round 8 where he chugged along slowly and then he hit that game when they scored 66 against the Cowboys and he was like, you know what? Welcome to the NRL. Jahream.
What happened that brought him on? Because he was on like the interchange, wasn't he, or something?
Nah.
Or he was all the way down in
reserve grade.
Reserve grade.
Well, they just thought they needed to make a change. Obviously, he's probably in reserve grade. He was probably treating them all like little kids, like he's a big boy. So they were
I'm ready to play.
Yeah, they were like, just get him out there, deploy Jahream, because mate.
No, but he's risen up and he's really he's earned his place massively. Like he's a great player and I want to see him. Continue playing well, but it's just. I don't know.
It's difficult, right?
It's difficult because there's question marks whether is time to cash him in or is it do you hold for the next couple rounds till round
19
till round 20?
Yeah, round 20. Yeah. So break even 94.
Yeah, that's high. That's a high break.
That's the first red flag. Luke Brooks is out. Arpi Coruscant's out. That is the center. Those two are the centerpiece of the Tigers' attack and why the Tigers have been so great lately. Jahream Bulla has obviously been great, but I don't know.
Definitely. So last night I was talking to you off air about this. I was definitely on the side that he's definitely a hold because he's got that round 19 coverage.
Yeah.
Like just keep him till then. Like he'll play well still. Like I don't see. Like, surely there are bigger problems in your team that you need to do. But then, I don't know. I was having another look, and I was like, God damn. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
And
he's going to lose
The question is now, like, can he maintain that money? Like, this... So he's averaging... I think he's averaging 71.9. If he continues... If he says, let's say he averages 60... For the next couple games, he will lose around about 100k.
I don't hate that. 100k is not a lot.
No, it's not. It's not a lot, but it can be like especially these days. I think these last couple weeks when I've been doing my trades, I've been off by just like
that little bit of cash,
23k or something like that.
Yeah.
Like so, I think that little bit of money still kind of makes the difference a bit.
Yeah.
So like. If you're worried about potentially losing money from him, like...
Look, the main difficulty with me, right, is obviously the money is nice, but if the scores aren't there at that point of the season, because, it's not like he scored 124 and then went back to scoring his 40s, 50s, 60s.
Yeah,
He scored 124, he backed it up with 111, he backed it up with a 95. So that is the main problem, is it's a kid who's obviously got a lot of talent, finding his way in the NRL, and he feels like he is getting better each and every week he's on the field.
Yeah.
So even without Brooks and Arpi, will he still have more to show? He really could. That's the thing why this is becoming so tough for me.
Yeah.
Because it's like...
Because you don't want to sell him and then just watch him score hundreds again.
Yeah, exactly.
That will burn you.
It would really hurt. Like, playing the Cowboys... next week, right before the Origin game, which the Cowboys, without a lot of their players, obviously, this last round that just came, the Cowboys had a fucking amazing game against the Panthers.
Yep.
But I still see room where Jahream, breaking tackles, making runs, could average about 60. And 60 is not a problem. I don't care if, 60, if that is his bottom line, that's still pretty good.
Yeah.
But if he is scoring 45s, 30s. Obviously, he scored that 43 against the Storm. But how much can you take away from that game? The Storm just dominated every part of that game,
Interesting thought. So, yeah, it seems like we kind of switched up a bit.
Well,
I feel like I'm more in the sell house over here, and now you're more in maybe he's actually a keeper. Or are you just on the fence right now?
No, I'm so deep on the fence. I can feel it about 4 inches up my arse. Because I literally don't know what to do.
Yeah, it is tough.
Early in the week, I saw the money, and then I thought, him to AJ, I make about 120k off that. Yeah. And I was like... Ooh.
AJ Brimson,
yep. And I was like, ooh, do that. And then I made another trade somewhere else, and then Jahream just stayed in my team. And I was like, you know what? I like him still there. So I'm having many difficulties.
Oh, okay. But for now, he's in your team still.
He as I've made 2 trades right now, and he still remains in my squad.
Wow. How many trades do you got left, by the way?
17 without making any.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Not too bad, man.
Yeah, it's going all right. Don't you have an extra?
Huh?
You got an extra on me?
What do you mean extra?
An extra trade. You got 18, don't you?
I think, yeah. I've made one trade so far, and then I had 18. Now I've made my... Yeah, I will go into that a bit later, though.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm sitting at 18, but that's with one trade this week.
So you got 19 without any trades?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have extra 2. That's a pretty good position to sit in. So Jahream... Oh, mate.
How about we go into maybe...
Where to go?
Some options. If you are looking to trade him, yeah, we'll look at some options. And if maybe there is upside to selling.
Yeah, maybe there's good options. Yeah, that's true.
So, top of my list, I had... Obviously, hindsight's a beautiful thing. I had Turbo, but now he's pectoral injury. So now he's... Ba-bow.
Ba-bow. See you,
out.
Turbo.
See you, champ. Next on my list, I had... obviously, this is... I think this is specific to some. I had Money Munster.
See, that's the luxury of Ponga, right? That's the luxury of Ponga.
That's a luxury.
Do you know that's what?
I only just realized that we'll go into it later.
That's
I
probably
wanna,
why-
I want to really get into my trades because I want to just really flex my ego.
He's just really going to
I want
ham
to
it
really
up.
stroke my ego.
That's why I would buy AJ Brimson, because he is also a 5'8".
Oh.
He's also a 5'8" fullback.
Okay.
That's another reason where I thought flippity floppity, because I could put him eventually as my second 5'8" behind Munster.
Yeah. Well, maybe
Mate,
we'll talk about all
just-
those flexible players then for our trades.
Jeez, I'm boosting.
Let's
this
talk
week.
about some flat fullbacks.
Fucking, I'm boosting.
Reece Walsh,
Reese's
obviously.
Pieces.
Man, he was your man.
Yeah, no, he's gonna be my man again.
He's got a good draw coming up. Got a good string of games looking.
I am fully confident that the confidence he is gonna get from this Origin is his form. He's gonna fly home.
Yep.
He's gonna be top 3 Dally M votes flying home. Reese's
Wow.
Pieces. I am very confident in that. And come 20, I reckon I'm just gonna throw him straight back in my squad. Because then they have the only one bye in 25, but that's it.
Yeah.
Because think about it. So they got Doggies, Rabbits, Roosters, Cowboys, Eels, Raiders, Storm.
You're not worried about those potential down weeks where he's
I don't think he's got them in his game anymore.
really?
Nah, he probably does. But, no, to be honest, right? If you look back at his recent month, he's had some tough games.
Yeah.
So 95 against the Knights, 60 against the Sharks, 60 against the Panthers, 92 against the Storm, 50 against the Seagulls. 60
So he's
against
got
the
that
Eels.
downside, but then he
What?
is
Where?
consistent, I suppose.
50, if that's his worst game, I'll take it. 50, that's his worst game. A 60 against the Panthers, that's very underrated for the fact that the Panthers, they don't give up much Supercoach points. And then a 92 against the Storm. Storm are a great fucking side. So those are arguably some really tough matchups in that last 5 weeks. And everyone sold him because they were like, oh, Reece is he's going to go horrible. He's just going to drag his nuts across the ground and come through the Origin period.
No, I don't doubt that he's a gun of a player. He
Mate.
will get you those stats, and I just Playing
what
what was that week that everyone was selling him though? What was he scoring?
right before Origin.
Yeah,
And he has not had
he had like 40s, didn't he, or something like that?
No, 55. That game in round 10 is
Really?
the lowest scoring
So I
game.
guess like a lot of people were selling him because I guess with fullback you want a player with high upside.
Well, yeah. But I think he provides that bit of upside with his average.
Broncos are looking good, so I can't knock the play. I just wonder is there.
His average is 75.
Yeah,
There's not a
that's
problem
pretty
with that.
good. Got onto the next potential fullback.
Yep.
We are both owners. He's entering that zone where you're like, have you missed the boat kind of thing.
I would have said that about 3 weeks ago, but continue.
Clint Gutherson.
Clint Gutherson. He has been phenomenal.
He has been very good and looking even better now that he's got the bye rounds.
He made 100K last week.
100K. Wow.
Well, that's off the back of 2 scores over 130.
Yeah.
An absolute beautiful captain's knock against the Seagulls.
Mm.
And then probably you could almost argue another beautiful captain's knock against the Dogs. Obviously, they're not the greatest teams, but
Is that this week? Who are they going up against?
Seagulls were last week.
Oh, yeah.
Dogs were the week before, both 130s. Without Brown and then without Mitchell Moses last week, people thought, they're gonna rumble along.
Yeah.
Because you had Ryan Madison as your 5'8". Many problems.
Yeah.
You would think many problems, but
They
Clint stood up when they needed him, and he stood up for the Supercoach teams. I'm just pissed at myself I didn't vice captain him. Furious.
Yeah,
Furious.
it is frustrating.
Luckily enough,
Definitely haven't had much luck with my vice captains vice captains, but like vice captain's option this week.
I haven't been great. I keep sticking on Nico, and finally he come back good. Finally, the 129,
Damn
he
it.
comes good.
I should have just trusted Nico.
Oh yeah, because you vice loopholed,
Ponga.
but that's 95.
That was still pretty good. Like the difference isn't great. Like it's pretty good.
about 50 points, isn't it? No, that's all right.
All right. Another player. I actually haven't put him down on my list, so I don't know his average or break even or anything.
Whoa.
Tedesco, another player that could back up from Origin.
Oh, he's gonna be pissed. James Tedesco. after the loss of the last Origin game, he came out pissed and he scored really well.
Yeah.
So Tedesco worth 730k.
730k.
Break even of 54.
So a
Pretty
bit
good.
on the pricier side, but a lot
for
of people
Teddy,
are saying they do need him for the run home kind of thing.
Yeah, rounds 11, 12, and 14, back-to-back 118s.
Oh, wow.
And then he had the 66 last week against the Panthers.
What do you think of
Last
him as a buy then?
Week before. What do I think of him as a buy? Mate, it's James Tedesco. He is just Supercoach royalty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so doesn't matter where and when he is always a buy. Even at 700k, if he's
even when he's injured and not
even when he's injured and not playing,
he's still a buy.
He is a purchase.
Even when he's on the buy rants, even when the Roosters are sucking shit.
Even when the Roosters are sucking shit, James Tedesco, God willing, finds a way. If he's making his number of runs, it's gonna come good.
All right.
I probably won't.
Fair enough. Are you done sucking Tedesco's dick?
Nah, I'll probably get Reese over him. Fuck Tedesco.
Yeah, well, I guess there are your options, but I don't know. Like, yeah, even me saying that, I kind of still would want to hold Bulla after hearing all those kind of players.
But if you think about it,
But the money, it's
about
the money.
half of those trades, you make money. You make
Yeah.
about 100k going to Reese. You make about 140 going to AJ. You make money if you want to go to Ponga if you haven't done Ponga
Yeah.
yet. You make money on a lot of those trades.
It's a fair play. Going on to another big topic of the week. I think he's the most traded in at the moment. Shaun Johnson from the Warriors. Averaging 74.3. Break even of -16. 706k.
Look,
What do
okay.
you think?
So this is the point of the season where I think I'm just got to swallow my pride. I said, like, he went on that run where he's gone 70, 30 is all right, but 120, 119. Usually I would tell myself, you're chasing points, don't get on him. But
Yeah.
you just have to at this point.
He's
You
kind
just have
of
to
like,
suck it up.
now that I've kind of bit the bullet kind of thing and sold Cleary, I kind of have to now
Go to a Premier.
bring him on.
Yep.
Like, I can't not go without him, I think.
Yeah.
Because I already bit the bullet. I kind of wish I kind of maybe had the balls to kind of hold Cleary for a bit longer. Because the concern at this point is people are saying Shaun Johnson is a short-term play because of Nathan Cleary making his way back into the side kind of thing. And you will be, as soon as he comes back in round 21, I think it is, you'll be switching back to Cleary.
Yeah. I can see that if you feel like, I don't know, once Cleary comes back in, you want Cleary straight away.
Yeah.
But how does he come back? How does he come back straight into the team? Boom, 100% fit.
Does he come back swinging, or does he ease his way back onto the field kind of thing?
Exactly. Are the Panthers in a good enough position where they obviously, I don't know how much they would reserve his minutes, but I don't think he comes back with the mentality is we need to win these games right now. I need to be at 120%. I need to be like absolutely flogging it to, make it to finals football, because they would have a certain understanding that, these last 6 weeks, while obviously the NRL rounds are important, but finals are way more important.
Yeah.
So they'd want his health to be ready for finals. So I'm not completely convinced that as soon as Cleary touches the field, you need him straight away. And if you don't have him, you're losing.
Yeah, I'm kind of also on the side. I think, I don't know, with Supercoach these days, I'm thinking like there's always a downside. There's like something must be up. Like, it's too good to be kind of true kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, and so I'm kind of feeling that way about Shaun Johnson. Like, am I making a risky play here by bringing him on?
Yeah.
Or should I just be it's already too late because I've sold Nathan Cleary, so I kind of need him in my side. But I was like, yeah, I'm kind of thinking like, should I have actually just like been a bit safer and kind of held Cleary and then kind of just...
I think this is one of those moves that if you try and convince yourself out of it, you're just overthinking everything.
Yeah, probably.
He has 15 weeks of play this year where in about 13 of them, he has been like great, like a Supercoach gun where he's got, if you take away some of the scores where, the flow of the traffic didn't go his way, like he's good for a 30, a 40. He's got that in his game. So maybe I'd say confidently, 11 scores have been amazing.
Yeah.
And then with a couple of them being phenomenal.
Okay. No, fair enough. Just also looking at some of the other players in that position. Do you still hold Moses at this point? Where is Moses in the terms of the picture of SJ?
I'm
Like, if you have bought Moses, do you now
if you bought him,
flip to SJ?
If you bought him, hold him.
Or does Moses? Do you reckon Moses backs up from Origin?
I'd say so. I don't know if he plays game 3. That's my.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I
Because
don't know
Nico Hines could definitely be on the radar at that point.
Yeah, so I don't know if he plays game 3, so I would hold with the fact that when he's on the park, he can produce some amazing scores. And I think the Eels, with where they're sitting on the ladder, they need to make some moves.
Yeah.
Like, obviously they've been winning their last couple games, but to be fair, the fact that their first part of the season was so poor, they would be really wanting to see more. Because where are they sitting? They're sitting in 8th. So they've just jumped up into the 8, which is not a bad place to sit. But you would think, realistically, the Eels would be thinking that they should be in the top 4. Will they make it? I don't think so. But they're going to put in their best effort too. Mitchell Moses is their guy. When shit is happening, it is happening through him.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
So, yeah,
good point.
hold.
Just to add to the ringer of it, Jahream Hughes, what do you think of him? Price at $693K.
If when the Storm have 2 buys, when they're playing 2 buys, he is probably one of the better players during the buy period because he will play all those games through. He's obviously an international player, so he's not playing Origin, not a chance of Origin.
Yep.
And he is good for a bit of a run where he can score consistently 70s pluses for 3-4 games in a row. But then usually he is a better NRL player than he is a better Supercoach player. And he's doing everything right on the field. But when Money Monster's out there, when Grant's out there, and then even when Paps was out there, he is always 2 passes off a try, 2 or 3 passes off a try. So he's not getting the assist. Yeah. He's not getting the contribution, but he is, influencing the play. So he's a great NRL player, but not a Supercoach player. So at this point of the season, I would not even be thinking about him.
No, fair enough. I just hear that a lot of people talking about him this week as a potential pod, I guess. Not potential pod, but especially
he's a pod. Yeah.
But he's not playing? He's probably not a buy.
He's not playing 19.
Yeah,
so.
Fair enough. How are we doing for time, Dill?
Killing it. We are killing it.
Doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Talking about potential buys.
Yeah.
Just going into some CTW targets.
Yep.
Of the week. At the top of my list, I've got my eyes on the
I
old
got
Terminator.
my eyes on you.
Campbell Graham from the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Priced at $690K, average 77.
Yeah, mate. Campbell Graham.
What are you thinking?
I really like him because he's just a base monster.
Yeah. What is he doing in base?
In base?
Yeah.
Let me have a bit of a scroll down. So he's got an 84 break even. So he makes about 14 to 20 tackles a game. He's got so many line breaks in his game. I'd almost put that as base. I think there's only about 3 weeks he's missed out on getting a line break with multiple weeks with 2 or more, which is 20, 30 points. Hit-ups between the range of about 20 points to about 30 points. So if you want to put just hit-ups and tackles in a base, it's about 50.
Yeah.
30, 40, 50, somewhere around that range. He makes tackle breaks basically every game. He's got a couple offloads in his game. I like him. Can score a try. Can set him up.
Yeah. No, I like the look of him. I guess his concern for me is potentially going to Origin.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Yeah. I don't know. How likely do you think that is, though? What are you thinking?
If I had to put a percentage on it, I would say 30%.
30%, so very unlikely, you think?
Well, I don't know. I just don't know where... Obviously, no one knows where Freddie's head's at with the fact that his, career as a New South Wales coach is basically crumbling at his hands. But you've lost the first 2 games. Do you, A, stick with the same squad. Say to yourself, you know what? I picked these blokes because I thought they were the best players to play. Obviously, they've lost both games. The last one was pretty embarrassing. But I'll stick with them, hoping they come back to New South Wales, have a good game, and show themselves and show New South Wales why they were selected. They're obviously great players. Or does he, B, just kind of salvage the team, pick some other blokes, and then if they win, does he look like an idiot? Because if he picks Nico Hines, if he picks Campbell Graham, if he picks these other guys that probably should have got selected, and then they win, he looks like a dickhead. At this point, I would just hang and hope with the blokes I've already picked. And if they lose, my career's already over. But if they win, I look like a bigger dickhead.
Yeah. No, it's tough because he's definitely on my radar. Campbell Graham's definitely on my radar this week. So it's tough. It's not easy.
No. But that's the beauty of the game, isn't it?
It's the beauty of the game.
I
might just have to take a risk.
Yeah, with a break-even of 84.
Do you think he will back up if he does play Origin?
Yeah, I think he'd be one of those blokes that would back up.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
What about... But he will be rested round 19, though, right?
Well, not rested, but he just won't play because he'll be in Origin.
He just won't play because he's in camp.
Yeah.
Damn. That's tough because that would be the ideal week you have him as well.
Yeah, no, he'd be one of the best players in that week.
So yeah, with that bye round 19, bye round, Roosters out, Eagles out, Knights, Broncos, Cowboys, Panthers, and Storm. So a lot of big teams, on the rope. So very much start considering, I guess, who you're bringing in. I guess in terms of round 19, that's the next big kind of
bye round. Yep, and big options because the Cowboys, the Knights, and the Seagulls were obviously very important teams for 13 and 16. So I'd say there's a lot of guys that would be mid-rangers in those teams, so you can just flog them off.
Yeah,
upgrade or downgrade basically. Like if you got, I don't know, just mid-range guys and those options who you were kind of hoping or holding for that 40, 50.
So maybe, kind of like your Josh Schusters, your Billy Smiths.
Yep.
Your Isaiah Katoas.
Yep. Move along. They're all. The Dolphins do play 19 if you're really short.
Yeah, true.
So Katoa,
like it is a number.
He's been great in the NRL, but just provided nothing really for Supercoach.
Like no, I definitely think talk on the point of Schuster. I guess Schuster has been a bit volatile, and he will look good with
honestly,
Cherry back.
He will, but when they pumped the Dolphins, he scored 30. So I almost, for my mental health, I almost want to sell him.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to sit there and watch his team fucking fry a team and he just doesn't produce a single damn thing. So
and then next week he'll score 100.
Next week he'll score 100 because he'll do this weird, he does that weird skip across. He'll pass the ball to Turbo. Turbo will score the try, but he'll get a try assist and a line break assist for what is not a lot. Yeah.
Back to my CTW.
Sorry, we'll get back to your
targets.
CTWs.
Oh man, a man that I just really, really wish that I just had on my side. It hurts me. I see his price now, and it just fucking hurts me to look at. Jermaine Asako, priced at $809K, averaging 80. It's got to be one of the best CTWs in Supercoach right now.
Do you mean the guy with the second top in total points?
Yeah, is that him?
That's him.
Oh god damn.
He's making me look dumb. I said, he's got to fall off. Don't chase the points.
He hasn't.
I've said that since round 3.
He's a keeper. He's a gun. I think if you have him, good on you.
Keep him
till the rest of the fucking season.
Yeah,
please.
if you bought him at 380K and he's now worth
800K. That's not your cheapie of the. That's not your fucking cheapie of the year.
I think. Fucking.
Because you just don't own him. Because he just hurts you.
Jahream Bulla, my cheapie of the year.
Because I have him.
Oh god,
you're biased, mate. You're biased.
No, but mate, he's made 421K.
Huh?
He's made 421K. So
okay.
Bulla's
so not
still
as
made
much
more.
as
Bulla's made 511.
Yeah,
but still
not as much as Bulla, but still, fuck.
Second top point scorer. So if you had him since the start, hats off. Absolutely, hats off.
It is good. Yeah, I don't know. Do you try and get him in your side? Do you break your team apart to try and get him? Like, what do you do, Dill?
I think probably he's one of those guys. Maybe in 20, he doesn't play 21, so maybe in 22, right? you could downgrade someone to enough, free up enough cash to upgrade one of your mid-range guys and then go straight to him because he's probably one of the top 4 centre wings.
Yeah, enough said.
Enough said. Moving on.
No, fair enough. Next on my list, I got Ronaldo Mulatalo. 618k, averaging 66.
Arguably one of the top centers.
Yeah,
so
like
I would want to own him.
He would definitely be another option for me.
Not this week though. They don't play this week.
Yeah, he doesn't play this week. Fuck.
But he's playing 19. He won't play Origin because he kind of had that where he's a Queenslander.
I can't wait to tell you my trades because then I can really get your insider knowledge on it. Because I feel like I don't know.
Well, do we want to move on to your trades? Because I think Ronaldo
soon. Let me just
Okay.
let me just quickly rant off my
Sorry, I'm rushing.
list quickly.
rushing
So next on my list, I got Greg Marju, another great buy. We've been talking about him pretty much every week. Excellent player.
Yeah.
Try and get him in your side if you can.
Yeah.
Next, I have Chance Nickel Clockstat.
Yeah,
One of my boys.
He's been amazing.
Oh yeah.
I'd put him up as one of the top 4 or 5 centre wings. He's been amazing.
he's done well, and he was falling off a bit, like towards
a couple head knocks though. He had those 2 head knocks in that 5-week stretch.
That kind of hurt me a bit, but I held him through it, and I'm so glad about it because he has been saving my skin on a number of occasions.
He is a guy who's rejuvenated his career.
Yeah,
because the Raiders, he was copying a lot of flack, but right now he's looking amazing. In NRL, in Supercoach, brilliant.
And next I have on my list Garrick. What was his score last week, by any chance?
Ruben Garrick.
30, I believe.
30 or 4. No, I think it was 26.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's kind of what we said, right? We said he's not great in the centers. When Tommy's there, he'll be all right. When Tommy's not, when he's next to Schuster, what's Schuster going to produce him? He's been blowing dust.
Yeah, it's hard.
Shooting.
Like it's just interesting seeing that, and you look back to the game before, and
almost
gets that massive score. And
almost have a laugh at people who would have viced or captained him.
God damn. All right, on to trades and skippers of the week now.
Yeah.
Do you mind?
Just
go.
You've been
Just
blue
do it.
balling everybody. Just do your trades.
All right. I'm right here. So, what I've done.
Okay.
I started off with I had Josh Schuster. Where did I have him?
Second row probably.
Josh Schuster, I think, was sitting in my 5'8" spot because I did a little switch from
last week. Okay.
Yeah, I did a little switch from Ponga. So this week I've decided to sell Hosking.
Yep.
Did a little switch to Schuster up that way.
Up that way. Yep.
Yep. And so I didn't. And then I did. That little space that was left is now being filled by Sean Johnson.
So you went Schuster back into second row, Isaiah Katoa into 5'8", and in your halfback spot is Sean Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah. Just to make it more clear, because
thank you. Because I'm going off memory right now.
Yeah.
The next thing I did, I'm not sure about this. This is all flexible at the moment. I have reluctantly sold Jahream Bulla. Yeah. Not easy.
Nah, I hate your trades.
Not easy.
Yeah,
and now I've sold Jahream Bulla. I've moved Kalen Ponga down to my fullback and filled it with Money Munster.
Yeah, and money. Interesting.
Money Munster.
Interesting.
What do you think?
What's your coverage like for 19? Have you thought about it?
Not really thought about it yet.
Well, I think
probably
you
need to.
Yeah, for this round and next round, money's going to be great. Then he won't play 19. But then when 20 onwards, he'll be great. So
he's
I
a
don't
keeper.
know. It's hard to begrudge people for buying him because, yeah, I do think he's a keeper.
Yeah. I don't know. More to think about later on. I'll try and see if I can figure out who I have for 19. I think I'm all right for 19. I don't think I'm too bad. I think I'm pretty good because I got some Raiders players. I got some.
Yeah, Raiders.
I got the Eels blokes, so I think I'm right.
Raiders, Eels, Warriors would be some really top
that's
blokes.
why Sean Johnson's so ideal.
And you already got Chance.
Anyway, and then I've also now that Dylan kind of persuaded me to do it off air, I've boosted as well.
Yep.
And so this could be my last boost, which is actually kind of scary to think about.
That's good.
I don't know what kind of master game are you playing, and I have decided to trade out Billy Smith, and just because I had so much money in the fact that I can jump to this next player, Billy Smith to Campbell Graham.
That's a good chunk of cash. And didn't you say you got 100K after
And
that?
I still got 100K left. Holy shit.
So Johnson,
Hosking out.
well, just tell me who you're buying.
Johnson, Munster, Campbell Graham.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Look, he's pretty proud of himself.
I am pretty proud. I'm scared though. The idea that Campbell Graham could be playing Origin and I've spent my last boost on that, it's fucking scary.
Nah, that's the game. We love it. That's why we love the game. He was doing his little fucking trades in the kitchen earlier, and he was jumping up and down and yahooing and yipping.
Like
Good
a
trades.
kid.
I would do them.
You would do that?
Yeah, I'd probably do them.
I don't know. I'm worried about that boost now that I think about it though. Like I'm worried I might need that later on for round 19 or something.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you understand right now how many players you have for 19, you don't need to do a boost.
Yeah, true. All right, maybe I'll think about that. And then from there, after the spine round, do I need my boost anymore?
Probably not. Why would you need your boost? Because if you're going to just like trade to enough and then upgrade, trade to enough and upgrade, and then maybe just work around if there's an injury, save 4 or 5 trades for injuries, maybe 3 or 4 trades for injuries, you wouldn't need to boost.
Should be fine.
Yeah,
all right,
I don't
fair.
see. Unless a meteor strikes and hits the entire fucking Eels team or something,
Yeah.
and you got to trade 4 guys, then I think you're fine.
Yeah, it's tough.
Can I say my trades or?
Yeah, if you can actually like live up to mine, go ahead. Try and see if you can live up to my trades, man. Because mine were pretty fucking good.
I still got Dill Brown sitting there, so I'm putting
really?
I'm putting the T on Brown, going straight to Johnson, and then that frees up enough cash for me to go from Schuster to Kalongamatani, and then if I'm thinking boosty, I'll go from Bulla to AJ Brimson, and then I'll have about 300K sitting there.
How many boosts do you have left?
I got 2. I got 2 boosts, so then I'll probably go. I got 300K sitting there.
So you'll have 1 boost.
After this, I'll have 1 if I use it, but I might not.
That's scary.
Because I'll get AJ, I'll get Sean Johnson, Kalongamatani, and then have about 380K just sitting there in the bank.
Not bad trades, but compared to mine, they look like shit.
Mate, I hope you start crying about your boost in 19 because you don't have it and you're playing.
No, I'm gonna after this show, I'm gonna quickly like look at my list, see how many players I have.
You've got 9 blokes, and then you're blaming me for saying how good your trades were, and you're fucking all over the shot.
Hey, but I'll be good up until that point. Who's your captain? Skippers?
Captains.
I haven't actually taken a good look at this yet. Who's playing early in the week?
Sean Johnson. I might even just captain him.
You just might take
watch
the
the game on Friday night, captain him, and then just relax throughout the week because I don't see
you're not
any
worried
other
about the early game at all.
I don't see any other better options, to be honest.
Do you mind if I have a look over there?
Yeah, you can have a squiz. I don't see any better options. If you're getting Munster, I'd probably go Munster. I'd captain Munster if I had him.
I'd honestly maybe even go Chance. Captain.
Chance over Sean Johnson.
Maybe.
Mate.
Because he's probably got more upside in the wing.
Well,
what?
Chance is the fullback.
Yeah, exactly. But he runs there fullback.
He'll run to the wing.
Yeah, that's what fullback does on attack.
Yeah, but when you say, "Oh, he'll have good upside on the wing," you think who with the winger? No, not the fullback will have good upside on the wing. Apparently,
the only reason I thought that was because he's got that
CTW,
dual, so it's a bit confusing. Yeah, goddamn.
Yeah, not many great options.
Jeez.
If I owned
Tomoko, maybe? Nah, fuck that.
I think Gutherson, he's gotta come down to earth for a second, but they're versing the Dolphins, so I'd think about it. So if you got Mitchell Moses, I'd be definitely vice or captaining Mitchell Moses if he backs up.
Yeah, I'm struggling this week.
Do you think just content wise, do you think you sitting here looking at my computer, just thinking about your trades without saying anything is good content?
No, I'm just saying, like, it's a hard week. And, like, I thought, usually I'm quite prepared on this, and I usually have a whole list, but no, not this week, sorry. But yeah, that's hard.
Should we close it up then?
On that note, that's a sad note. No, ended on a high note. Queenslander! Excellent win from the Origin side. I think you can tell we're both got a little pep in our step this morning. Both gleaming, and
I've had a semi-chub since the game. And I've had a semi-chub since the game, and it hasn't gone away.
Don't tell me that.
I'm telling everybody that.
Oh, God. Disgusting. All right. Well, good luck with all your trades this week. Hopefully you survive.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're New South Wales, look out.
Up you use your
Because we're
dog.
fucking coming.
We've
We'll
already
see you on the
come.
field, folks.